Hey guys, so this morning it's another day. We're gonna have a go at getting the bathroom over there cemented up. So we've got all of our gear. We've got behind me here, see if I can show you. So we've got cement, bucket, mixer, all the other jazz that we'll need. So we're gonna have a shot at getting this bathroom done. I've personally never done cementing before. Jess's dad was a builder, so she's got the most experience on this at the moment. We've watched a few YouTube videos about how to level it and all that sort of stuff, so we'll give it a shot. And worst case scenario, if it doesn't work, we'll smash the whole lot out with a hammer drill and start again. Okay, so it's 4:1 ratio that I've got to mix it up with, so 4:1 with water. I've only got a litre, but apparently that does quite a bit in terms of coverage and stuff like that. So I'm going to use a half a cup measuring thing as my ratio guide. So here goes nothing. Yep, smells just like PVA glue. Alright, we've put the PVA in, not 100% sure how successful that's going to be as a waterproofing agent, but yeah, we'll see how we go. Get into doing the cement now then. So we've got 20 litres of cement to mix up. We have 1 litre of PVA mix that goes in the bucket, 1 litre of fresh water as well, and all of this needs to be mixed up with 20 litres of screed, put it all in and give it a whiz up with the mixer. And then from there we can start to trowel it out and get it flat. So let's get into it and see if we can mix it. Okay, so molds in. Alright, I hope this is going to work because our drill died, so we had to hand mix it. So this is our finished cement floor. So if you come down low, you can see we've basically created a big slot in that one side. So there's 2 drains. You can see one there and one over there, 2 25mm ID drains. So what we're going to do is all of that will be sort of coved and 2-packed and made lovely, so it'll look like it's always supposed to be there. And then the tiles will come sort of right up to that edge and just hang over slightly, so you shouldn't actually theoretically see cement. We had, in order to get this floor smooth, we had to, on this side, had to put a piece of wood in there to level it. So I've got to fill that up. So that's the only thing I'm not 100% sure about, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll work out fine. So we basically had a piece of wood along that side and then our mould along that side, and they went as close as I could get to the front of that that stainless mount, and then basically from there back I've just freestyled it. So just with the trowel, just sort of like hand did it all, so I think it'll be alright. It looks pretty level, and the whole floor has a nice slope on it, so it slopes that way and towards the front of the room here. So everything should end up going into that slot, so it should be a pretty dry room now. So yeah, that's halfway through our bathroom conversion. Hey guys, how you going? Just wanted to give you guys a quick heads up. So the videos that you're watching on YouTube, they're normally about 4 weeks old. From real time. So like for example, the video you're watching right now is all about tiling the bathroom. In real time, the bathroom is actually completely finished. Over there we've all got it all done, the tiles are in, etc. We're actually working on getting the walls, the panel and the door and everything all finished. And also above us here you can see the lounge has all been painted and everything, so we're quite a bit far ahead of the actual tiles per se. The videos normally take us about sort of 2 weeks to put together from start to finish. So we've normally got a couple of videos on the go at any one time in order to meet our 1 video a week type schedule. But if you are interested, we actually put all of our videos pretty much up in real time on Patreon. So if you're interested in like really up-to-date information and stuff, check out Patreon. You can get access to all of our stuff. I also wanted to let you know of a blog that we found. So recently, I love blogs about people building boats and stuff like that and all the challenges that they face. I came across this blog the other day. I thought it was awesome. There's these two guys in America that are building it's a blog called Acorn to Arabella. Hopefully I've said the name right. And it's pretty awesome. They're basically young fellas that are building a boat completely from scratch. It looks like a lot of the timber and stuff they've got from trees around their property. There was a piece that was a piece of the boat basically is milled from a tree that was planted by one of their granddads 80 years ago or something. So like, to me that's pretty awesome. Yeah, so I'll put a link in the video up here. So well, where is it? Up there. And if you like the channel, check them out. It's worth a subscribe. If you like our stuff, you'll probably love what they do. It's pretty similar in the sense, but they're basically doing it with a wood boat rather than a steel boat. Yeah, thought you guys might enjoy it. We really liked it, and yeah, we shared it around our mates. Cheers. So we're back in the bathroom. We're just about to lay the tiles on top of the cement. So you see there's the cement that we laid, so that whole floor is now sort of smooth and level. Apparently we need to waterproof the cement, obviously because it's porous. So we're going to use the same stuff that we used inside the actual cement. So when we mix this, we put a portion of this stuff in it, and it's basically just like a PVA based adhesive, and yeah, just obviously seals it up. Apparently it waterproofs it as well. I kind of don't know if that would be true, because PVA glue, my experience when I was a kid building models with PVA glue, they used to fall apart if you didn't paint them well enough. Water and PVA don't really like each other, so I don't know. I'm a bit suspect about that. I'm probably wrong, but I don't know. Anyway, we'll paint it, see how we go. So that's the bathroom basically all painted with the sealer. But the weird thing is, so see this sort of white patch at the front? That was, when we laid the cement, that was the first batch. And that bit at the back is the second batch. This bit here, they had exactly the same amount of water, but for some reason the second batch, which was a different bag, same brand and everything, same stuff, but different bag, it mixed up much drier. This one here, when I jiggled the board back and forth, it was basically liquid on top, and it's pretty much formed a solid surface. This one back here, when I did that, it was like wet sand in a way. It kind of, I think it needed a lot more water, and when I've just put the sealer on all of this, that soaked in like a sponge, and this one here is sat on top. So I'm sure there's people out there that can tell me why that is, but yeah, I don't know. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work and I have to redo the whole thing, but I just thought that was kind of weird and or interesting. We are tiling. So, I'll show you what we're going to do. So this is our bathroom. The cement floor's all dried and good and ready to go. We've got to start doing these tiles that you can see. I've got one in there at the moment. So we are basically measuring them out and cutting them all to suit, so that they all line up exactly. So there'll be a 5mm gap all between them all. So we're just going through and doing all of that now. So we'll get into it, show you what we're up to. Let's have another go. Perfect! Cool. So let's get a bit of a gap all the way around. Okay, let's get the next one in. little bit of adjustment seems to have really helped. So I've got about roughly a 5mm gap all the way around this piece of stainless. I've got my 5mm spacers in here. There's a bit more of a gap down the back here than what I would have liked. However, I'm just going to put mortar across there. I'm not going to, try and do a slither of tile or anything like that. I think it'll always just look stupid. Yeah, so pretty happy. So I've got this line that comes all the way down here, pretty much lined up with all of them now. So I don't have to do my little idea of cutting it and doing a separate tile. This one worked out good, so that's cool. So now we've just got to basically do the last tile behind me where I'm standing, and this floor's pretty much ready to go. So hopefully we'll get this mortared up in the next day or two. Yeah, and we'll have a functioning shower floor. So this is a tile that's in the dry room part of the bathroom, and this little drain here, so this is basically a little, that's the part that gets mounted into the floor, and then it's got this little like a grill that just sort of slots into it like that. That's getting mounted into this tile like that. I want the whole thing flush, so I want this surface here flush with the tile, so that when it's all mortared together, I basically want it to be like that. You can sort of see, I don't want it sitting up like that, I want it basically down like that. So what I'm doing, I've marked out the tile like that, and I've got my new blade, the one that doesn't have any serration in it, and I'm going to go through and essentially file it out. I've done this with a couple of other tiles that I used around the toilet, but yeah, see how we get on with this one. Let's get into it. So that's the tile fitted in place. I want to show you this. So the edges aren't quite spot on. So you can see down here, cut's a bit skew. So I'm going to clean that up with that line. I'll just cut it the same as that line, and then I'm going to trim sort of 5mm maybe off that back edge, and also a little bit off this back edge on this end. It lines up okay at this corner here, I'm happy with that. But yeah, it starts to progressively get a bit wonky. So I think it's actually the wall starts to drift in, not necessarily that the tile's cut unsquare or anything. So clean those two up, and then that's that floor. You can almost see the whole thing there. Then over in that far side there, cut this circle out for this here. And it sits in there perfect. It's sitting slightly lower than the tile, which is fine because I can build that up and then sit it exactly where I want it. So yep, really happy with all of that. So we'll get this little edge here trimmed up, and then we'll start mounting these tiles in. That's all fitted in now, so we've trimmed up the back edge, so you can see back edge is pretty good now, about 5mm gap roughly. That one's slightly bigger than 5mm, but that's okay. And then there's plenty of clearance around that beam, so none of that's going to provide an issue. So what we've done is we've basically used those spacers, so you can see them, it'll be quite clear if I do that. So they're just randomly stuck in there, but they're basically anywhere I need to create that 5mm gap. So I've got them sort of all the way down the edge, I've got them along this edge, and then all of those central joins as well have all had them. I just have one final thing I have to trim, so you can see I put a line on this here. The tiles just don't quite line up perfect, so I'm just going to trim that and get that spot on, and then we're ready to go. So that's us all tiled in. Got the little drain mounted in the side there. This little thing goes over top and hides it all, but basically that's all in there flush. They've all got their gaps as they need to, and then same deal down the back. They're all tiled in, so we basically need to go through and let this dry and then go through and grout it tomorrow. So yeah, we'll get that done. The aluminum one at the back. This morning's job, we are grouting the tiles. So the tiles have all been mortared in, they're glued down pretty nice. We are just pretty much going to go through and get the grout sorted now. This is the first time I've ever done it's the first time I did tiles, and it's the first time I've done grout, so it's all new to us. So we'll see how we get on, and hopefully it all works out well, just like the tiles did. So this is the finished bathroom. We've basically laid everything in, we've grouted it all, and we've cleaned it all up. So we go through and wipe it with wet rags and so on. So this is exactly what Jess is doing in this room here. So once the grout is a bit like clay, and once it's all in, we can go through with a wet rag afterwards and clean it all up and get really nice edges. So Jess is just finishing up a couple of bits that we finished, and that's the finished product. So we were pretty happy with that.